You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from NVIDIA to VIX, and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, that music means we are back for another Hot Options Report, breaking down another wild day in the options market, coming at you on Wednesday, March 4th. My name, of course, Mark Longo from the Options Insider Radio Network. Your home now for 19 plus years of options podcast goodness. And you know, if you want a lot of great options goodness, you know where to go. The Hot Options Report.com, the place to go to kick the tires and light the fires. All sorts of great scans you can do over there. A lot of great custom ones as well that they run for you. They call them badges, and we've been breaking down a bunch of them over here, including the next one. Our badge of the day here on the show is the overnight move scan. That one's pretty self-explanatory. It's giving you the list of symbols with at least 5% up or down movement in the after hours. And given everything that's going on overseas right now, there's a lot of action in the after hours. So this is a great scan for you to check out over there for yourselves. We'll just do a quick top 5. You can run through the whole list for yourselves. There's quite a few of them, listeners. Number 5 on our list today, we're kicking things off in ticker symbol COIA. This is the ProShares Ultra Coin ETF. Take a guess what that one does out here. It's been a wild week in the crypto space, and COIA coming in at number 5 on our overnight movers list. Number 4, we're keeping it in the levered realm. We're going out to GLXU. This is a 2x long ETF based off GLXY. So again, keeping things on the digital frontier. A lot of action there as we go up to number 3. This is ticker symbol EOLS. This is Evolus Inc. This is a medical aesthetics company, also having a big move in the after hours. Again, some surprising names sneaking in there, which is why we run the scan, listeners. Number 2, keeping in surprising ones. This is Kioxia Holdings Corp, ticker symbol KXHCF, having a huge move in the after hours, and again, a big move over the past weeks and months as well. And the number 1 overnight mover, the sector certainly won't come as a surprise. Maybe the name is a bit of a surprise. This is Babcock and Wilcox, ticker symbol BW, and yeah, they are in the energy sector, in particular energy technology, and man, they are having a day up nearly 50% intraday, and of course an enormous move in the after hours as well. You can see all that data for yourselves and a whole bunch more we don't have time to get to. TheHotOptionsReport.com to learn more as we dive on into our top 10 for today. Was it a banger day out there? The answer was yeah, it was pretty hot. Cost you about 514,000 contracts to break into the top 10 today. It gets us to our old pal Broadcom, aka AVGO. Haven't talked about them in the top 10 in a while, but they're coming in at number 10 today, closing $317.53, up $3.69. And again, coming in at the number 10 spot, a little over 500,000 contracts. The hot option in AVGO today, 25,000 of the 350 calls. These are expiring on Friday. Average price for these, $2.39, 350. That's quite the optimistic swing if you are indeed buying those with just 2 days to go. Also for an average price of $2.39. I should note they do have earnings coming up in the after hours. This is clearly a pre-earnings swing for the fences. The stock intraday did get as high as 322.64. So these were obviously looking a heck of a lot better earlier in the session than they are now, but we will keep an eye on these in the after hours, see what we're up to. Looks like so far in the after hours, the first move, not exactly great for these. The stock selling off a couple of bucks, but again, never trust the first move in earnings season, listeners. As we keep going to number 9, it's our old pal, the Widowmaker. It's Netflix. getting even closer to that par strike, listeners. Closing today, $98.66, up about a buck out there today, putting up 525,000 contracts. For the number 9 spot, the hot option in Mr. Netflix, 47,000 of the pars, of course, expiring on Friday, listeners. The average price for these bad boys, pretty much $1. So you want to roll the bones for $1? Got a couple of sessions left, listeners. Can we get there? We shall see as we keep climbing to the number 8 spot. This is AMD, listeners. They've had a tumultuous year and an absolutely wild day, popping $11.12 or nearly 6% to close 202.07, putting up 552,000 contracts. For the number 8 spot, the hot option, another weird one. We've been talking about a lot of weird downside puts in AMD lately, and that is the case again today. Almost 61,000 of the 170 puts. Average price for these, 82 cents. Now, these are not going out on Friday. They're going out next Friday on the 13th, so a little bit more time there. Looks like paper might have been buying these, but it was kind of split. This was an opening trade, so which way would you rather go? Would you rather sell these or buy these, listeners? Given where we close, I think I know the answer, but more mysterious downside lighting it up in AMD as we keep climbing to the number 7 spot. This is our old pal, the Monster, looking even more monstrous today, rallying $13.76 or 10.3% to close 146.44. So far, this conflict in the Middle East has driven a lot of upside in Bitcoin over the past week. Either way, it's been a wild week for the crypto markets this week, and that continues with our old pal, the Monster, putting up 638,000 contracts for the number 7 spot in our countdown today. The hot option in the Monster, 17,000 of the 150s. Average price for these, about $2.88. So looks like they got close to that today. 149.5 was the high before they retreated a bit. So can they get there by the end of the week? We shall see as we keep climbing to the number 6 spot. It's Palantir back north of 150, listeners, rallying $5.89 or about 4% exactly to close 153.11 today, listeners, putting up 739,000 contracts for the number 6 spot on our countdown today. The hot option in Palantir, 45K of the 155s. Average price for these, $1.88, listeners. 2 days to go, 2 more handles, paying $2 for it. Can we get there? We shall see, listeners, as we keep climbing to the number 5 spot. It's the Fruit Company, selling off a bit today, closing 262.52 off $1.25, putting up 796,000 contracts. For the number 5 spot on our countdown today, the hot option in the Fruit Company, 102,000 of the 265s. Average price for these, 42 cents, and obviously these were 0-day contracts. They did expire today. So obviously, if you bought these and rode them through the close, not a great do. Looks like paper might have been selling these, though. It was an opening trade, in which case it took some cojones to do that. The stock was $266.15 at one point. You had to sweat a little bit, but if you sold these and rode them through the close, looks like you pocketed about 42 cents as we keep climbing to the number 4 spot. Mr. Microsoft, were they climbing today? The answer was yes, ever so slightly. Closing 405.20, up $1.25 today, putting up 852,000 contracts. For the number 4 spot, the hot option in Mr. Softy, 51,000 of the 410s. These are expiring today as well. And before you say that's insane, we did get there ever so briefly. 411 was the high today. So these were $1 in the money. Average price for these was 50 cents. So if you sold these, once again, you were sweating. But if you rode them through the close, you did all right. It looks like paper was probably selling these. As we keep climbing to the number 3 spot, this is Amazon. They were popping hard today, so a wild mixed day in our top 10 today. Amazon popping $8.09 to close 216.82, up about almost 4%, putting up 1.18 million contracts. For the number 3 spot in our countdown today, the hot option in the Amazonians, 83,000 of the 217 halves. These are expiring today, and we did get pretty much exactly there. The high today was 217.54. So these were briefly 4 cents in the money. Average price for these, though, was 25 cents. So didn't quite get to that level, listeners. If you bought these and rode them through the close, obviously not a great trade. As we keep climbing to the number 2 spot, was it a great day for Tesla? The answer was yes, popping $13.50 or 3.5% to close a little bit shy of 406. So getting back north of the 400 level, putting up 2.54 million contracts. For the number 2 spot in our countdown today, the hot option, 175,000 of the 405s. This is some wild 0-day volume. These were expiring today, listeners. Average price for these, $1.55. Obviously, these went out worth 94 cents. It looks like paper might have been selling these. So if that's the case, then you pocketed about 60 cents on this trade. But again, you were sweating on this one, listeners, as we keep climbing to the number 1 spot on a wild day in the market. NVIDIA once again retaining its crown, closing 183.04, up about $3 or 1.6%, putting up a little bit shy of 3 million contracts for the number 1 spot, the hot option in NVIDIA today. 273,000 of the 185s. These are expiring today. Average price for these, 21 cents. And these got close. Looks like the stock got to 184.70 before it fell back towards the end of the session. So if you sold these, this was the right trade. Looks like paper was buying these, though. In which case, if you rode them through the close, not a great trade. That is going to do it for us on your top 10 today. Remember, if you want to check out these trades or a whole bunch more, thehotoptionsreport.com. Stay safe out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Another episode of the Hot Options Report.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.